Plank pose is a total body pose. Certainly, you're working the strength of your arms, especially your triceps. You gain a lot of shoulder strength, core strength, and leg strength in the pose. In this video, we'll look at different aspects of plank position and see if we can make it more fun for you. Let's begin. So, as we begin, the hand position in plank is not neutral, obviously. You're pressing, imagine this is a floor, and you're pressing so firmly down. A neutral position would be, say, if you made a fist and had your wrist in the neutral position. That's a much better position for your wrist than this. So, the way to make this much easier on your wrist is to press the fingertip tops, that's the tops of the fingers here, and press the base of the fingers. The base of the fingers is right here. This is the base of the fingers, but especially the base of the index finger you want to press. As you press the tip tops of the fingers, the base of the fingers, especially the index fingers, you get this clawing action on the mat. I'll give you another demonstration. If we were to put both hands in this position that is a plank position, so hands are pressing. If you look at the base of my wrist, you'll see there's no space there. There's no space between the wrists. They're just kind of splat right against each other. So if you press the fingertip tops, if you press the base of the fingers, you'll notice that you'll get just a little space there. You need that space in your wrist to really protect the wrist so that you don't collapse right into it. You need that little space between the base of the hand there and the floor. Now that you've got an idea of the hand position, let's come to all fours position on your mat. As you come to all fours position, claw the mat with your hands nice and wide apart. I even have my baby finger off the mat here. The tip top of the baby finger is pressing, as is all of the other fingers. The knuckles are lifted, the base of the fingers are pressing. If you've watched several of these videos, you'll hear the instruction, make your side body long from the pelvis to the armpit. Take the heads of the arm bones back. Take the top of the throat back. And those instructions, those three cues, side body long, take the heads of the arm bones back, take the top of the throat back, are the instructions to get you into a nicely aligned plank position. So come to all fours position. Once again, spread your fingers, press the tops of the fingers, the base of the fingers firmly down so you get that slight clearance just at the base of the hand there. Now that you're clawing the mat, draw the side body long, take the heads of your arm bones back so that the heart just kind of softens toward the earth. And take the top of the throat back, tuck your toes under, and lift yourself up. Now come back to your knees. So for a lot of us, that's really complicated. There's a lot of action. You're pulling your hands in toward each other. You're keeping the clawing action, side body long, heads of the arm bones back, top of the throat back. So you might want to start just in doing some vertical push-ups, meaning you could do a plank position just at the wall, hands at the wall. You're at a nice angle from the wall. And you could bend the elbows to draw yourself down. We come from plank to chaturanga, not all the way to the floor. We try to go through one more pose where we're hugging the elbows in toward each other. So doing that vertically or doing it on a counter, your kitchen counter possibly, or doing that on a chair. So let's work on doing this at the chair. This chair is not against the wall. I suggest that your chair be against the wall so it's not going to move on you. So you can do your plank position on the chair with your fingers spread and just lower yourself slightly down and up, just to get a little bit of strength there in your pose. Just work your plank. The chair is a fabulous thing to work with because you can keep the wrists in the neutral form. Another way to do that is to take weights and hold on to the weights, and you'll be able to keep your wrists in the neutral form. So we'll come back to the mat now that you know some alternatives. If you feel like you're ready for the full plank position to lower down in Chaturanga Dandasana, one of the things that you might see a lot in yoga classes is people shrug their shoulders up toward their ears. Again, top of the arms are drawing back, so the shoulders hug in toward each other. And the elbows often go out. You want to hug the elbows in so there's no concern about shoulder impingement. And you want to go slightly forward in your action. So let's all try that together. So as you come to all fours position, tuck your toes under, lift your pelvis up. One thing you might see is the pelvis is lifted way high or the pelvis is way low. You want to come to the pelvis in a pretty straight line from the shoulders all the way to the heels. As you draw your hands isometrically in toward each other, you're clawing the mat with the fingertip tops and the base of the fingers. The top of the throat is back. Draw forward first and lower yourself down, hug the elbows in, and draw all the way to the floor as gracefully as possible. Let's come up and just pause here for a moment. Sometimes, if that's too much for the wrist, just taking the hands to the top of the hand and just reaching them back to get a little bit more space there in the wrist creases, that might help for you. We'll do that one more time just so that we get all of those actions. There's so many pieces to it, and for most of us, holding the plank position too long is very difficult. This prepares you for side plank or Vasisthasana and its many variations, which is a one-arm plank position. One more time, let's try plank with all those cues in mind. First, come to all fours position with fingers spread, with hands pretty wide apart. Again, for most of us, your baby finger may be off the mat. You claw with the tip tops of the fingers. The base of the fingers are pressing. You're isometrically drawing the hands in toward each other. You're getting length from the pelvis all the way to the arms. Take the heads of the arm bones back and take the top of the throat back with your toes tucked under. You're not sagging your pelvis down or lifting it up way high. With the strong action of the arms, you're moving your heart forward to lower yourself gracefully to the floor through Chaturanga Dandasana. So there you have it. We've done plank position with the alignment details. So now all we have to do is practice it. Thanks a lot for checking in to refine your plank position. Namaste.